Okay, everybody, so we are starting another episode of Serious Sam, and right now it's going to be like the last time where I'm just going to do kind of like the opening, then the montage where I left off, and, well, not montage, just, you know, the success while playing music in the bag, just to kind of give it like its own feel. I've said it before, I think it should have, it already does have like a pretty decent soundtrack, but you know, some like grooving tunes help it. And yeah, this episode was actually pretty successful, as you can see from the length. We made it pretty far, and I'm pretty excited about it, so I hope you enjoy this little segment here, and thank you all for watching. Now, I hope you enjoyed that. That little segment is over, and we're back to the regular episode. Now, fun fact, I forgot to unmute my mic, so we're going to have to do these in post. So, I remember pretty much the whole basis of this episode. However, I can't believe I did that. It's not the first time either. Actually, funny thing, the initial time that I did this with Serious Sam, where I voiced over, was because I forgot to unmute my mic. However, not a totally bad thing, not a total loss, so we get a skill point. And basically I'm like, you know, I'm tired of stopping while reloading and all that fun stuff, so now we can sprint and reload, because that's what I end up choosing, because I'm like, who needs a faster reload? He reloads already pretty decently, so, you know, all's well that ends well. Now, I'll just kind of pop up in intervals. I'm just going to go ahead and keep on track, and eventually I come across a split way, and that's where I decide to do the sub-quest, because there's two paths, and initially I didn't notice until I got to this, and I'm like, wait, was that a glitch? And then I turn, and I'm like, nope, it's a sub-quest. So we haul in here, and then we go take care of business, so I'll be right back.
Here it is. We will go inside and get the equipment. Can you guard the entrance?
Guard the entrance is my middle name.
He is a strange man.
I like him.
So of course we get the goofy one-liners, but that doesn't deter us to go ahead and attempt it. I think I failed 3 times on this, 2 or 3 times, because I solidified a plan, and I wish I recorded it, because I was actually thinking on the fly too. Like I was like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't start with this, I should start with that. And I mean, you'll see it unfold eventually. I start with the Devastators, which is a smart choice, and then I go to other weapons, and because you need the minigun for the little swarm sections, like right here, it's absolutely like necessary to have the miniguns for this, because you can just take out a large crowd with them. See, and I run out and I panic, so I freak out and I run away. Then I'm getting my shit blown to pieces because, you know, I'm stupid. And instead of just running behind the cover that I had, I'm like, oh, okay, we'll just hide and tuck in this corner. It's smart. Until I realized that, dumbass, they're spawning all over the place, so hiding in a corner won't help. The best place to be is near your entrance. Right there is where they say to guard, which is the entrance. Now, this was a really good episode. Like, I didn't really feel myself getting mad at it. I didn't really feel myself getting upset at anything. Anything that did happen, even with the controls being wonky at times, I really didn't feel like mad enough to where I wanted to just quit the game, which is surprising. I mean, I addressed it at the end of the episode, however, you're not going to really hear it, so I'm going to have to insert the monologue that I literally just said, because I just realized it, and I'm doing it in post as soon as the episode ended, because, well, I'm an idiot, never said I was smart, so, yeah, well, I'll come back to this, and just let you enjoy this little segment here, where I keep fucking up, so, yeah, I'll be back. I keep doing that. Yeah, alright, we'll be back. was that run where I started to initialize the idea, but I never capitalized on it. The best thing to do is to take the Devastators and use them on the helicopter, but use it single use, because you can get more secular shots out of it. You can get more accurate, rather, shots out of it. So you want to use this single weapon, Devastator, take the helicopters down, and then take out the horde with the miniguns, because by then you can pick up some ammo scoops, and then go from there. Yeah. Totally forgot I underestimated the sniper. Totally forgot that part of it. I was not thinking. When I said 2 or 3 times, I guess you should anticipate for 4. Sorry about that. Okay, so maybe it was more times than I initially thought. However, I actually thought of a plan during this, which I'm not too upset about. I'm actually, I don't know, it feels good to actually have to devise a plan for something instead of just depending on luck or depending on the controls to work. It felt cohesive for once, and that's why I wasn't too upset when I was failing it, because I'm like, okay, well this feels like I could do better at this. So, I can't hate it too much. But this one we win, we take out all the big baddies with the hammies, and then the Bazooka Joes, we take them all out, and we go from there, and then we get a little cutscene. Nice little cutscene.
We got everything that matters. Any problems?
Nope.
We heard gunfire.
That's not a problem. It's a solution.
I found this in one of the boxes. Perhaps you could use it.
Nice. Thanks. That was a fun little shopping trip.
Then I decided it was time to scavenge some items because everything that just happened left us real low on stuff. So I go ahead and do that, and then I spend a lot of time trying to hop on this roof because I remember being taunted by a roof item that I couldn't get to and wishing that I could. And so finally when I saw my chance to jump on a roof, I kind of do a little look around and I'm like, disappointed, because I'm like, come on man, I just climbed a fucking roof and you're not gonna give me anything for it? Like, jeez, at least let there be a little fucking Easter egg or something. Like, come on, this is the first time I've been on a roof, other than, like, you know, crossing the rooftops. Give me something for it. Just playing around. But I was thinking that maybe something would be tucked up under there. So we go back, and now we can go back to the original path. I keep saying go back. So we go to the original path, and I notice that on the little boardwalk there, hey, there's some health items and there's some ammo. We're about to go ham on a little incident here. And indeed we are. As you can see, we're in another park, which is very famous with this. Coliseums and parks are very famous in Serious Sam 4, so I knew that some shit was about to go down. You don't see a city park in Serious Sam 4 and not have shit go down, or a stadium, or a coliseum. Shit is bound and determined to go down. Now this, we failed a few times, but we end up getting back on our feet. And again, it's one of those things where I kind of realized, the only thing I really got mad at was I couldn't discover where the big demons were initially, even though you'd think you'd see them because they're like towering figures. I was getting frustrated at that, but not to the point where I'm like, oh, I fucking hate this game, like I was. But just kind of like, where the fuck are they type thing. And then once I spot them, I feel stupid after. I can actually see them in this re-recording, and I'm like, how did I not see them before? But once you see where they're at, like once I finally look up and I'm like, hey, there they are, then you'll know why. Because right now it's just like fireball, 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 fireball. Bulls coming at you, skelly bellies, they're all running after you. Kill them all, fireball. And then you have the tentacle hentai monster with the barrels around them, and that's also coming after you. So it's like having to focus on 100 things at once and not being able to have just the time to really think about, oh, they're on the rooftop. So I thought they were behind the rooftop, so it didn't even cross my mind. So that's why that happened. So I think I die like once or twice. Don't take that at face value, because I fucked that up already. But yeah, I mean, wow, I didn't even think that I would have this much to say in post. Like, I'm like, fuck man, I'm just gonna have to like throw on music and say, hey, look, I'm sorry, because I didn't have much to do. I fucked up and hit mute, but looking at the gaps, I kind of filled in this section quite a bit. So maybe I'll just shut up for a minute and let things play out the way they naturally do. And oh, perfect timing, I died, so now this conversation is dying. See you later.
Mon ami, you will not believe the things we have experienced here in Carcassonne. Just last week we had to kill a dragon.
Yeah, I shot a unicorn once.
I told you he would not be impressed.
Angry bones incoming!
That's a lot of bad guys. Yes, a lot of bad guys. Little Carcassonne.
We got them!
Now this part, it kind of made me not chuckle, but you know, it's nice. Okay, this is why it's nice. Because after that first section, you think you're done. Because they say, yeah, we're done. You know, I'm sure you already heard it, but then this happens, and then you just keep going. It starts right back over. And did you notice when I said, you'll see the moment where I look up, that already happened, and I saw them. But yeah, it was actually, this part was actually pretty fun. Again, I think it was just that one time that I initially died. Unless I died through here, but I don't think I did. I think I was able to actually hold ground a little bit better than normal, because we had like the zillions of health packs there in the aisleway, or the parkway rather. It's not really an aisleway. So once I clear out a little section there and I start to see like, oh shit, our health is getting low. Usually when those kamikazes come out, that's the oh shits, because they just swarm you. And once they swarm you, it's over. You can be over in like just 3 of those dudes, just boom, 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 you're done. So I try to make my way to the center while keeping a momentum on them, like trying to keep close to them so my shots are more accurate with the Devastator. And as I'm passing through, yeah, see, I'm trying to stay in the middle in case I'm getting my shit blown to pieces, and this is the second time they say, yeah, we're done. And then shit happens. It's not like your normal shits either, it's goofy shits. slick shits. So I saw the ammo reappear, and I'm like, that seems kind of fishy to me. And indeed, it was fishy, because we move over, and then you hear the dun 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 dun, which is coming up because I grabbed the arm, and I remember saying, "Oh fuck, fuck, fuck! There's get the armor, get the armor." And then I said, "Oh, these things? Yeah, we can just go hog wild with the Devastator." And then I noticed through the scope there are some kamikazes, and I'm like, "Well, fuck my asshole clean! Jesus fucking Christ! What am I gonna do now?" So I start running away like the little bitch I am, and then I finally get the stones to pull out my pistoles and start wreaking havoc on them. Eventually, once I cross through the aisleway again and get some health and look for some armor once again, because I'm like sheer panic because I got hit with a couple fireballs. I'm not really looking at my health numbers or my armor numbers. I'm just kind of like, fuck, I got hit, I'm gonna get destroyed. So then the big boys come out. And then I had the idea, oh well, I'm just gonna do what I did in the entrance challenge and just kind of bank out over here. That works for a little bit. I'm able to steer clear of the swarm and clear it, and then get the Devastators out and get rid of the big baddies. And then finally, it's done.
Stone, we need to go down here. As you can see, we are not called an underground movement for nothing.
Okay, so how long is this gonna take? What? Get down!
No, don't!
Give me one good reason.
This is our informant.
He's what? What? Are you sure?
Please, human, remain calm. We are not all servants of Tahum the Mad. It is only the fanatics who consider him a god. I am not one of them.
Okay.
Human, do you want to go to the castle or not?
No time to argue. We need to go.
So, awkward? What's your name?
I am called Chagak Zalma Gakiak.
Can I call you Charlie?
Ah, that is what my brood mother called me when I was but a hatchling.
So how'd you end up on Earth, Charlie?
Like all conquerors, it is Tahum's way to ally himself with the very worst people in each civilization. On my home planet, he supported a faction of religious fanatics. They were, how do you say, Drakraks in English?
Traitors?
Assholes. He helped them destroy the High Council of Scorpius, ruin thousands of years of culture. When they started drafting young arachnoids for his army, the Resistance saw an opportunity to sabotage Tahum's operations from the inside.
Cool.
I actually quite enjoyed the dynamic in that little section there between Sam and Charlie. We'll just stick with the name. I was going to attempt the actual name, but nah, we ain't doing that. So, I actually enjoyed that dynamic a little bit. I enjoyed that the informant was somebody on the inside. I was like, okay, cool, there's actually like something different going on other than like, we've received military transmission, and then that's just, you know, orders for Sam. It was neat to see somebody on the opposite end of it being like, I just don't like this dude, he's terrible. Like, he's just like a horrible, horrible being. So, that was pretty cool to see. I felt like that was like growth of a character, at least as minute as it is. And you learn to love him.
How do you do that?
Simple. You strangle it at both ends. Here, let me get that for you.
sure there will be more soon. I wish I had somebody.
Now, in between these sections here, I actually have some pretty decent going-ons, like using the teammates to their ability rather than going in headstrong, which is a smart thing to do. And you'll notice as I creep around, okay, that far back edge, once we get there, there's going to be just the screaming of a kamikaze randomly, and I like to stop by there every now and again, and I commented on it, but again, I didn't record until, well, I didn't record audio rather until just now because I'm a dumb shit who muted the mic to record for session because I got more clips, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'll play some session, I'll mute it so this way I know, okay, I'll have to unmute it, and then I never did. I did the beginning portion of Serious Sam, which I meant to not have audio on, and because I didn't already initially have to mute it, I just wasn't thinking. And then I just went ahead and kept recording after that. I just hit, record everything, and I feel dumb. So, yeah. But I do love that the supporting characters actually, they're not dog shit. Especially in this section. Like, there are times where I felt in the beginning where they're just not doing anything. Like, they're missing, or they're just not doing well, but in this section right here, I felt like everything was fine. I didn't really have any complaints. I thought it was fun. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine me saying that this was fun, but this whole section here was fun. As close as I was to death sometimes, in this portion, I still had a lot of fun doing it, and I think it's because of the team dynamic. I think this game would be a lot more fun on co-op. Like, I think that it's going to be stupid to say, but I feel like it's one of those games where it thrives on the cooperative mode, because then you could plan your attack, and then you could have somebody do something, or you can have one person be this and one person be that. Kind of like a heavy, like, okay, you have your heavy, your light, you have the sniper, you have whatever. Like, you have your lead roles, support roles, or whatever. And I'm not saying that that's how they set it up, but you could set it up in a party setting. Where you're all making the calls to one another. But I think that's where this game would thrive, is in a co-op. That's just me, though. That's just how I feel about it. There's been a lot that I've had difficulty with this game. It's like an extreme love-hate relationship, just because I felt like it has so much potential, but it just didn't really set to the heights that the other three did. And that, it's just sad. But here's the part where I come up on the kamikaze, and I'm like, where are you at? Where you at? Where you at, buddy? Come on now, so I could blow you to smithereens. Come on out, buddy. Come on. And then we just move forward from there, and I almost run through a whole barrage of enemies, and then I backtrack, which is not here. It's going to be up a little bit when I'm stopping, figuring out where the noise is coming from, and just keep going. Like, just stop it and keep going, me. There we go. So it's right about Here I want to say, because I turn around to look and I'm like, oh, there's my buddy Charlie, and then I'm like, yeah, we'll just get the dualies out and go from there. So yeah, I'll be back. I keep saying that, but we'll be back. Oh, also, we take out like everything in this section. Like I use the whole map because like in this moment, I'm like, oh my god, there's actually a somewhat of a level design that I can move back that has different planes where it goes higher and lower, which means that they would have to step up, they would have to move around, their jumping attacks wouldn't be as effective because of like the awkward plane. So I'm like, oh my god, some level design. So I got really excited by that and used it to the full extent, and it felt like a serious Sam game in this moment. I got pretty bummed out when I realized that I couldn't get through there, because usually when you go to a bunker, there's like a slew of armor, or there's a health pickup, or there's like ammo, there's stuff you need in there. And so I got a little disappointed that they wouldn't give you that right before you're supposed to go into the castle, which is like I don't know if it's the final layer, but it's at least the final layer for this section. So it was a little disappointing, but right about now we get a cutscene.
Charlie, I can't wait for you to meet my buddy, Carter. Now, when you get talking, I want you to tell him that your people faked the moon landing.
Ah, a jest. I am known for my love of practical jokes. Once in the...
Raiders!
Take cover!
I'll take care of this Draklax fly boy.
Don't worry, Charlie. It happens to the best of us.
They must have realized we're pushing for the castle.
They're throwing everything they got at us!
Sit tight. I'm coming.
No! This is too important! You must go ahead! We will distract them!
Good luck, Stone.
Luck has nothing to do with it. Guns. Guns have everything to do with it.
Come, my friends. Let us show Tahum that the free peoples of the galaxy stand together.
as mad as I got, and as much as, like, we stopped in that little chapter, I was actually pretty surprised that we were only 5 minutes behind time. I thought we were going to be a lot worse off, but, you know, only 5 minutes behind was still pretty good. I mean, we still got a really good level score out of it. I'm actually quite surprised.
Carter, is that you?
Alright everyone, so here we are, the ending.
Hello?
And I gotta say, like, it was pretty good. Like, it was pretty refreshing to actually get through a section and then just not be mad at a certain point because it felt too cheap or because it felt like the control was failing me. I think it's gonna sound stupid, but sometimes some games have that where, like, the difficulty is all in the beginning, or like the control is sometimes better in certain parts of a game, but this episode wasn't bad. Like, I actually enjoyed making it. I actually enjoyed playing it. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all, and 1K gang, let's go.